After NVIDIA's earning, everything changed in the stock market. Now, not just for AI stocks, but for the entire stock market, the Wall Street I'm talking about. Because what just happened exposed something terrifying hiding underneath this rally. So pay attention to this. Expectations have become impossible now. The market is no longer reacting normally. Good earnings are no longer enough on this Wall Street. And right now, we are witnessing something dangerous. Wall Street is entering the most dangerous phase of every bubble in history. So, the phase where people still believe prices can only go higher, they are wrong. Right before everything starts cracking, something unusual happens. So in this video, I'm going to break down every single thing so you can follow up where to invest, where not to invest. Pay attention to this. Why NVIDIA have just triggered the beginning of AI deflation phase, where the stock market could break in a very negative way. And millions of retail investors are completely unprepared for this to happen next. Why? Because they are just chasing after the stock, but the higher numbers. Now, the stock market has become addicted to AI, and this is normal. Okay, right now, the entire stock market depends on just a handful of AI companies like NVIDIA, everyone knows his name, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon. So these are some massive companies are carrying the markets higher and higher and making all-time high. And after NVIDIA's earning, investors, they realized something really shocking. Even when NVIDIA's post massive numbers yesterday, that was not enough. The market still wants more and more from NVIDIA. Think about how dangerous this is for the stock market and for the greediness. A company can beat expectation, but the investors are expecting more and more. Now, they just want to print billions and billions in profit, and investors, they are still nervous. That's usually it's happening because we are near the peak of mania. So expectation became so extreme, reality can no longer keep up with this phase of NVIDIA. And the real thing is NVIDIA is just giving higher hopes and is probably fulfilling all the promises. And this bubble has become more dangerous. Most people think bubble crash because companies are fake, but this time it's not like that. But how the real bubble works, the dot-com bubble had the real technology, right? Like everyone knows, the internet changed the world for eternity, but the stock prices still collapsed. Now, why this all happened, we have to understand this because the investors started pricing in perfection. And that's exactly what's happening right now with AI in the 2026. And Wall Street now expects infinite growth from AI. That's crazy. Infinite demand, it's absolutely nonsense. Infinite profit, but eventually growth slows because everything has to collapse. When that happens, these massive AI valuation companies are so fragile, that's when the panic really starts. Where the stock market could honestly crack. Now, here's the part nobody is talking about. They're just lost in the earnings. The market doesn't need terrible news to crash anymore. It doesn't need, because it only needs disappointments. That's the scary part. And the biggest risk right now is something called AI saturation. Look, companies are spending billions on AI infrastructure every single month, year, week. But eventually, Wall Street will ask one thing: where are the profits? Where are the returns? Because Wall Street wants proof. Is AI actually making enough money? That's what Wall Street wants. And if those answers disappoints the investors on the Wall Street, the entire AI trade could start deflating violently. So that means all the AI stocks will collapse, semiconductor stocks will collapse, then the broader market follows through. Now, there are hidden warning signs in this rally. And honestly, the warning signs are already appearing right now, but a lot of people are not watching this. Massive volatility, extreme option trading. This is out of control. Retail investors blindly chasing AI penny stocks and the normal even AI stocks. Companies adding the word AI just to pump their stock price. This is classic late stage bubble behavior. This is what happened. Now, but here's why situation becomes even more dangerous. Millions of investors now believe AI stocks could be safe and they will be safe. Now, they think NVIDIA will never ever crash. That's exactly that type of thinking the market will punish if you have that kind of thinking. the AI deflation scenario. So what would AI deflation actually look like? It wouldn't happen all at one shot. No, it's not possible. The first thing, smaller speculative AI stocks would collapse, and no one will notice that. Then investors start selling semiconductor stocks. Eventually, they start noticing. Then the big tech loses momentum. Here's when everything changes, and suddenly the entire market realizes AI growth cannot justify these insane valuations forever. Imagine from where you're going to bring this amount of money to pump. That's when the fear spreads super fast, when we run out of the money. Because right now, AI isn't just about any sector anymore. It is all about the stock market, about the entire AI economy. So why this could become bigger than 2000 bubble? Now, some analysts are saying something even more extreme, and that is the reality. This AI bubble could become larger than the dot-com bubble. But why? Because AI is connected to every single thing: cloud computing, robotics, military technology, search engines, social media, finance, healthcare, and everything depends on AI right now in 2026. Which means if this trade breaks, the impact could spread across the entire global economy instantly, and then people will realize how much they have lost. But here's the twist nobody is expecting, and of course, they're not even thinking about this. Here's what makes the debate so intense. What if the bulls are right? What if AI rally does become the bigger than the internet rally? What if NVIDIA keeps dominating for another decade? That's 2036. That's why this market is becoming so psychologically dangerous, because both sides have strong arguments, and the bears see bubble. The bulls see revolution. And right now, nobody truly knows who wins in this AI battle. But one thing is very clear. After NVIDIA's earning, everything got so transparent, the stock market changed their opinion entirely. The AI trade entered a completely different phase right now, and everything is becoming absolutely so diluted. And from this point forward, every earning report, every slowdown, every tiny disappointment could trigger something really massive in the entire stock market. So tell me in the comments below, is AI still the future or not? Or are we watching the beginning of the biggest market bubble in the modern history in 2026? So as you know, everyone is talking this 2026 market crash would be one of the biggest market crash in the history of the mankind. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? And if you want to know more, you have my Discord up in the main channel. You can come join. You can ask me any questions you want, and I will guide you where to invest, where not to invest. Thank you. See you in the next video. The first 1,000 subscribers are absolutely free to access the Discord. Enjoy your day.